What up, YouTube? Coming at y'all with another BMS video. Just wanted to make a quick video on my 93 GT Performer. Thinking about taking out tomorrow. One of my cousins that was talking about taking a bike out and riding. So I don't know if he's going to flake. He might, but either way, I'm still cleaning it up. I had it sitting in storage, so it had like a lot of spider webs and dust, and just kind of cleaning it up, about to polish up the cranks and stuff. I did wipe it down, put a little wax on it. Just to get it cool or whatever. Give me a second, y'all. But yeah, so I have been wiping it down, just getting it cleaned up because it's been sitting up. But yeah, so for my new subscribers, y'all might not be familiar with this bike. I'm sure most of you are, but I got a few new subscribers recently. So if you haven't seen this bike on my channel, I'll give you the backstory on it. So this is a 93 GT Performer that's dressed as a 94. If you're familiar with these bikes, a 93 to 94 frame is pretty much identical. Very slight differences. The only difference that it's not even noticeable is the rear brake bridge is just shaped different. On the 93 it's like a round pipe, and then on the 94 it's like some square tubing. That's about it. And also the rear drop-off has a serial number on a 93, and on a 94 the serial number is actually up under the bottom bracket. Other than that, they're identical. Even the components on them are identical. The only thing that really changed from a 93 to 94 that you'll notice is the decals and the wheels. On the 93 it would have had Tomahawks. When I originally bought this frame, I bought this frame actually a few years ago. I was watching it. I actually seen it on a website out here. It's called OfferUp. It's kind of like Facebook Marketplace. I made the guy an offer and he didn't accept the offer. It was on there probably like another year. I seen it offer though. I didn't really pay too much mind to it. And then one day I seen it again and I decided to make another offer, pretty much close to what I originally offered him, and he accepted it quick. So I went ahead and snatched it up. It was just a frame. I'm pretty sure it's a video somewhere on my page showing it. It was just a frame, didn't have nothing to it, but it was already powder coated. And I got it for less than 200 bucks. I don't quite remember exactly what I paid for it, but it was under 200 bucks. And it was already powder coated. Nowadays, you spend 200 just powder coating. So it was a really good deal. So yeah, I got the frame and I originally started building it up as a 93. I actually had Tomahawk Mags. If you don't know what those are, those like the 6-spoke GT Mags that came out before these. Like they came out the year before these. 93 would have had those. Like I said, all the components on the 93 is the same as a 94 other than the wheels and the decals. So I was on track building it as a 93. So then I was looking for some 93 decals and I couldn't find them nowhere. I actually had a guy that did decals and he didn't have them. Nobody had them. I don't know why. They had down there every other year except for 93. So he wound up having some orange 94s and I was like, that'd be cool hitting on that blue with some orange. So I wound up getting a 94 and I said I might as well just build it as a 94 because I wound up getting a 94 decal. So that's what I did. After I did that, man, damn 93 decals start surfacing everywhere, so I was like, that's crazy. But even if one day I decide I want to switch it back, it won't be nothing but a decal swap and a wheel swap and shoot, be a 93. But anyway, I like it as it is. My concept for this bike was pretty much if you was to buy a brand new GT Performer like in 93 or 94 and just swapped out all the parts for like catalog parts. So still a few things that I actually want to do to it. One of the things I want to do to it still is I want to swap out the sprocket. I want to put the big GT logo sprocket on it that would have came pretty much out around that time with the big GT like graffiti style logo. I want to put that on there. Still got to change the brake levers. The brake levers are actually off my 90 GT Performer. I had them just laying around because I put Tech 77s on that bike and I just had these laying around. Those levers are actually 1 year only because I guess GT did away with them because they were prone to the locks breaking on them. That's why you don't see a lot of them. You look at like 90 GT Performers, the brake locks are always missing because they always break on the 90 lever. So that's why I swapped them out on my 90. But I needed some for this bike, so I threw them on there. Also, I still got to change the front brake. That's just a spare front brake, no name brake. Just threw that on there just so I could have some brakes or whatever. And I am gonna put a Bulldog. I actually ran across so many Bulldog brakes. I don't be thinking, I guess, about it when I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and snatch one of them up. What else I'm gonna do? I also want to put some flangeless grips on it. That would have been correct for, you know, the 90s or whatever. Again, I just kind of used those because that's what I had at the time. So I am gonna do that. What else? That's pretty much about it. I mean, it's probably stuff here and there that I'm gonna do that I'm not really thinking about at the moment. But I mean, I got for the most part of almost everything I wanted to do to this bike. I do want to do like a PFT double clamp for the seat post, like the double clamp seat post. But yeah, I'll give y'all a little closer look at it. You can see the sun hitting it. It has like a metallic. I'm not sure if you guys can see it in the sun. I did kind of polish out the frame a little bit. These are real GT pegs, GT chain tensioners, front and rear GT pegs. I put the orange decals on the gyro cables. I just put these Odyssey pedals on here. I originally had the GT bubble pedals on it. I feel like the Odyssey just better because it has all the Odyssey components from the factory, like the rear pit bull brake is Odyssey and the gyro kit is Odyssey. So I feel like it just looked better with the Odyssey pedals. Plus I needed them for another bike. I actually threw those pedals on my 88 GT Vertigo. Pretty sure I made a few videos of that on the channel also. But yeah, so I might take it out tomorrow. So I'm just kind of getting it, you know, polished out so it could look good or whatever. Still got to polish out the crank just from sitting up, man. You know, you get all the cobwebs and just the dust everywhere. So just kind of just cleaning it up, nothing crazy. Just wanted to make a little content on it. But yeah, man, just wanted to do that. Might pull a few of my other bikes out, and they need to be detailed too because they've been sitting in the same storage. So I know they filthy. Some of them been sitting even longer. I really want to clean maybe I might clean my 88 up next and go from there. Also, my 87 is super filthy too. I actually keep that bike in the house, but it still get dust on it some kind of way. I don't have it covered up or anything, so I probably bring it outside and do a good thorough cleaning. That bike has white tires, which is why I don't ride it that much, because you know how when you ride bikes with white tire, they down there turn black. So like I said, I like my bikes to have wear and tear on them, but I don't like when the tires get black. I don't know, they get like, because it's a white tire and it just, I don't know, it just get like you've been riding through black paint or something. So every time, you know, I pull it out, I gotta clean them. So it just kind of a hassle. So yeah, just wanted to make a quick video on the bike. All right, y'all.